We continue our conversation with Scott Mayer, Jan Scott Richard. All right, so we talked a little bit about you in the younger years. I'm curious, were you a good kid or a bad kid, or were you the funny kid in school? Tell us more about little Jan Scott Richard.
Well, I'm not sure who's listening this morning, but let's be clear.
Okay.
I was the nerd.
Me too.
I was the nerd, and I did play sports. I'd say a fairly decent athletic ability, but I was kind of focused on school. I always kind of did the right thing. Maybe that was because my mom was a teacher. I'm not sure. But
somebody's always looking.
Yeah, I was that naive kid. I just kind of walked a straight line. I didn't really buck too much until I got older. I was a canaille type of kid, very sly. I got away with some things I probably shouldn't have, but for the most part, I was a pretty straight line kid.
Yeah, that's how I was too. Yeah. I mean, I was just kind of like. Now, let me ask you this: when did you start playing soccer?
I think I was about 5 when we first started playing rec.
That's so great.
And it just evolved. It slowly evolved into something that I just had a passion for. I loved the game. It was something new. My father was a multi-sport athlete in high school back in the day, and it was just, but he never played soccer. Soccer wasn't even available at that time. I played a little bit of basketball, played a little bit of baseball, but once I got to high school, my passion level for soccer is what stuck, and that's the sport I stuck with.
Do you think, what is it about a team sport too that, because I mean, people can run track, they can do this, they can do that. And the reason I ask you that is I have 3 brothers. Every single one of them played soccer, and loved it too. But what is it about it and the team aspect?
It's similar to my new role. It's a sense of community.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
It's everybody's in it for the same purpose. You got a mission. There's a game plan. There's something you want to achieve, but it's got to be achieved together.
True.
And you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Yeah.
You got to understand that. So and that's kind of evolved too into my coaching aspect, and it's allowed me some opportunities to meet some great kids and make impact on the youth of today, not on the field.
Yeah, not on the field. That's right. In life.
And that's the biggest thing. And as passionate as I am about Scott, as passionate as I am in my daily life, as passionate as I am as a coach, I think those kids see that, but I think at the end of the day they see the real me, the soft, the emotional guy that truly wants what's best. And I think that's what a team brings is that. And, like even this year in my coaching, I've already cried. I cried once already with the team.
I love this, man.
The thing about it is not crying because I'm upset, but just so that they see what kind of passion. I know we can do better. We've had some struggles, but I just want them to buy in because I think the end game is what's important. And I want them to learn something, and they can go back and say, man, Coach cried. We went home.
It was tough. It was difficult.
He's trying to get a message to us. And so, that's the big part about being part of a team. And I think it's a sense of community.
Because you have to rely on those people in a team.
You do.
Whether it is a sport or whether it is, a whole community.
Absolutely.
You're relying on one another and what their best aspects are.
Absolutely. Everybody brings something to the table.
Yeah.
I've always said that. Everyone brings something to the table, and it starts at the top. So as the coach, we lose together.
That's right.
There's no one incident in a game. There's no one play. There's no one particular situation that causes us to win or lose. We win or lose as a team. And as I move forward in this role, we're not gonna lose in Scott. We're gonna win. But we're gonna do it together.
So do you think, as far as your own children, how many kids?
I have 2.
Two
I have
kids.
2 children. A 13-year-old. Aiden Scott. Named after me. And then I have a daughter who's 9. Addison Scott.
Oh boy.
And
they
that's
are adorable.
And they are awesome kids. My wife and I are extremely blessed with how they've turned out.
Okay, because I was going to say, now you have a 13-year-old son.
He is a spitting
teenager.
image. He's a spitting image of me. Drives my wife nuts a little bit at times, but he's a lovable kid. He really is. He's a good kid. He's a great big brother to Addison, and she's also got a very unique personality. She's a very soft, compassionate. She loves animals. She loves people.
A tender child.
She's a very tender child. She's a big fan of Lauren Daigle. She loves Jesus, and she attends Fatima. I mean, there's so many unique characteristics that they bring to make our family so unique.
So is it harder to bring out things in your children in terms of maybe teaching a lesson? Is it harder to do that as a dad or a coach, do you think?
Well, I've coached Aiden, and I coached Addison, but she was 5, and the team was the Beauty Bears, by the way.
Oh, so, the Beauty Bears.
That's the name they came up with, so awesome. we stuck with it. But I think I've approached parenting very similar to the way my grandparents and my parents approached it with me, and we kind of set the tone as to what we expect. And I think the kids understand what we expect. Yeah,
even though she's going to be a tween soon, right?
Yeah, she's going to be a tween, and I'm sure there's going to be some interesting situations that will arise. But they're very good kids, and we do a lot of things together, which is important. We hug a lot, we kiss them a lot, we tell them we love them a lot, and those things are important when you have children.
Yeah, I always thought the same thing too.
I felt like the more affection you show, the better. It doesn't have to be publicly, but I think within the walls of your home, it's important to show them that you love them and you care about them. And then when the situations arise where they do something that you don't approve of, you just got to set the tone and let them know.
And let them know.
Yeah, look, hey, that wasn't a good decision.
Right.
And then you move on.
And everybody makes mistakes, and we just, like you said, move on.
Move on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this. When did you fall in love with your wife?
Well, that's a funny story.
Everything, Jen Scott Richard. He is spilling the details.
Yeah. I graduated in 97 from Cardinal Stretch University in Wisconsin. So when I graduated, I had an opportunity in the spring before I graduated in February to go to Missouri to try out for this indoor soccer league.
Yeah, okay.
And so coach is like, you need to go. And I'm like, man, I've never played indoor soccer.
I don't know
in my life.
What's up with that.
Got to kick it off a wall. That doesn't sound. But anyway, I went and tried out. Apparently, I had a decent showing, and I got drafted to play in the indoor soccer league. But I got drafted into Tallahassee.
Whoa.
So that was the same league as the Swamp Cats.
Yes, okay,
Lafayette
I figured
Swamp
it was. I
Cats.
remember. I thought
but
I remember
I didn't go to the combine to be noticed by the Lafayette coach because they didn't attend that particular combine that I attended. So anyway, I got drafted. I had to go to tryouts. So I moved to Tallahassee in the summer of 97 after I graduated. I went home for a week after graduating, and then I went over there and tried out. I made the team. So the season was only a couple months. After that, I came back home, back to Scott, tried to find a job, was kind of deciding what I was going to do. I thought about going to get my master's. Had an opportunity to go back and play again in 98, so I went back. And I ran into my wife at a bar.
Okay, kids, are y'all listening? No, I'm just kidding.
It was called Bullwinkle's. It's a famous bar on the strip of Tennessee Street in Tallahassee, Florida. I met her there, and I'll tell you, I'll be real frank and honest. I saw her, and I went up to her. And this was, I don't remember exactly, but I went up to her and I said, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I walked away.
You said this and walked away.
So that night went away. That night went away, and about 2 or 3 months later, in the same bar, around the same spot, we saw each other, and it's history since then.
And it's history since then.
Absolutely. So that was around 98, 99, and I proposed in 2000. We got married in 2001, and we've been happily ever married.
That's a beautiful love story.
Yeah, she is a wonderful, wonderful wife. She loves me immensely. She has an unconditional love for me and undying support and motivation. But the biggest gift I have is that she's the greatest mother.
Wow.
And she genuinely has so much compassion and love for the kids, and that's what makes me fall in love with her every day.
I would imagine so.
Absolutely.
But it does sound like it was love at first sight in a way.
It really was. I'd left a relationship in Wisconsin, and I moved, and I wasn't really looking for a relationship.
Well, that's what they say God does.
But the one thing that that kind of brought us together is that she had been praying for someone to come along, and she told me that
beautiful.
after. And she goes, I'd prayed and prayed and prayed, and so here we are today.
Yeah, you know what? I always tell people that whenever they ask me, they're like, hey, how does that work? And I'm like, you know what? Just don't look. Don't look, because you don't know what the plan is. No. You never know what the plan's going to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
And, she's of Colombian descent, and I I fell in love with her immediately, and we're still happily married 17 years later. We celebrated our anniversary in November of last year, and looking forward to many, many more.
I love that story.
Yes.
I think that's awesome. Okay, so let me ask you this. So which one of you in the relationship would you say has the hottest temper? Is it you? Is it her? Are y'all one of those couples that are just so disgustingly sweet that you never argue?
We really don't argue very much, but if she gets mad, we know.
Oh, yep. Because if Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
And she is. She'll let you know. She'll let you know. I'll leave it at that. But we're very blessed. We have a very good working relationship, and we understand each other's busy lives outside of our normal family life.
Exactly.
And she respects what I do and what my goals and dreams are, and she's been a big supporter of that. And I understand her busy life as a realtor and as a mother, and now she's going to be helping at the restaurant as well. So, we just kind of juggle everything. It's a juggling act, but at the end of the day, it's about taking care of the kids and each other.
Yeah, and that's what it sounds
Absolutely.
like. So do you feel like, in terms of what we see in the world today, people have just different relationships, I think, in terms of what they think and their philosophy on marriage and okay, we're going to date for 10 years. It seems like it's a different world than when we grew up, right?
It is. And now you see the people date
forever
for a long time, And we did date, but we knew that we were meant for each other, and I think once I proposed to her on Grandfather Mountain in North Carolina.
Tell me about the proposal. I gotta know.
Well, she had no clue that we were proposing, but her sister had ended up
great.
meeting us up there, and one of her best friends, and so we were hiking.
So you coordinated all of this?
Yeah, I coordinated all of this. I don't know how I did it, but
oh my gosh!
So we were walking, and she almost slipped into one of the little creek areas, and she was panicking, and she was soaking wet, and we were all wet, and she thought it was a end-of-life experience, but it really wasn't that bad.
This is great.
Yeah, and so, we got up to Grandfather Mountain,
yeah.
And I kind of situated my sister-in-law, my now sister-in-law, and her best friend, and I kind of got them to position themselves, and we went up to the top, and then when we were looking out onto like the Biltmore Estates, you can look out onto it.
Goodness.
When she turned around, I was kneeling, but we were in street clothes, so to speak, and
but that's truly romantic.
It was truly romantic, and it was funny. We didn't go to actual Grandfather Mountain in 2016, but we got to go to the Biltmore Estates, just her and I.
Yeah.
The kids stayed at my in-laws, and that was a great time. We got to bond again, and
how
it was
wonderful.
It brings back a lot of memories.
I would imagine.
And guess what?
So.
The biggest part of the day, biggest part, is guess where we went to eat that night?
Tell me.
Pizza Hut.
No kidding. I love this story.
That was
good.
The only thing open. It was like 10 o'clock at night. We were trying to get back to the little place we were staying, and there was nothing open. We're in the middle of nowhere, and there was a pizza, and they were about to close, and we said, listen, we just need pizza.
Please give us a pizza.
And so that was our engagement, so to speak.
I
dinner.
love that story, Jan. That's a great story.
We'll never forget that. It was awesome.
Well, yeah, it sounds awesome. All right, we're going to find out more about Jan Scott Richard on the way, whether it's family or Scott or soccer or all of the above. We've got more to come.